So this is where I was going to put the compost bin here, but underneath is slabs, so that is not going to work. So this is the area I was going to try and keep all as like my gardening area, and then this side was all the bins and the recycling. However, here behind those two is mud, everything else is slabs. So I'm going to move the wheelie bins to where the compost was going to go and place it over there. It's kind of got no choice now because it has to get put in. I have managed to empty that water butt, so I could move it off of that piece of wood there.
A lovely warm welcome to you all. My name is Claire from Wiltshire, and I am in my garden doing lots of dirty different kinds of jobs today. There was water everywhere. It's been pouring down, it really has. Full of cold, probably COVID, but I thought I would welcome you straight into doing the hard graft. I thought instead of working myself up to that kind of stuff, I was just going to get it over and done with. They say get the worst job done first, and that is what I did today. I got all of that moved around. It was a lot of guesswork, a little bit of help from my son with a little bit of the lifting, because I got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. It's still not where I'd like it to be, but until the summer I think it's just going to be fine for now, to be honest. And I would really like to stone that area, and I have got stones for that area, but it's just cutting around the membrane to put the stones on top of that. It's quite a job and a half, honestly, to get that done. And there are other things in the garden that need to be done way before this area, which is out of sight for most people, and out of sight for me, because I don't go around there unless I'm collecting water or popping into the garage for the odd little bit from the freezer. So yeah, so I worked on this because I needed to get the compost moved and started, and that's the main reason why I decided to get everything moved around, because I bought the new compost bin. So I thought, right, I need to crack on in and get it in. So I will let you watch the rest of it.
It fits, which is the most important thing. Now I need to take off these soaking wet gloves. Okay, just seen a squash slug in my glove. Gross. Okay, so this is my Milo. Say hello, Milos. He's a big boy, as you can see. Hello. What's it like in here? So yeah, he's huge. I struggle to lift him now, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's massive, and he cries constantly. You can probably hear him in the background of all my videos. He's a proper mummy's boy who wants to be with me all the time, and that's why I really need to cat proof my garden for next year, because he's okay for about 20 minutes. He'll just chill and have cuddles outside with me, then he gets bored because he's only young, and he'll try and jump the fence, and he has done a few times, and he doesn't do recoil like my other cat does. So yeah, and I've got a 6-foot fence one side. It's not so bad if they go the other side, because it's really easy to get them back, because it's a little fence. However, I'd really like to get the back proofed, so that is on my list next year. So if you can see it behind me, see the little squares there? So it's a 5-foot fence, And then to make it 6 foot, they put the trellising on. There are new people there now, so I don't really want the trellis in there. I want to have more privacy at the back, especially when I'm filming. But I also can't afford another £2 to get a fence done. So I need to figure out definitely what I can add to that area to give me more privacy. So my flower on my clematis is still flowering, but it's got rain drops on it. So I'm not happy about that. So I'm going to put that and my 2 fig trees back on the tray. I'm going to move you around so you can see now. It's beautiful. I can't smell anything. Did clematis smell? Clematis, clematis, tomato, tomato. Okay. Milo, don't you dare look at that fence. Come here. And it doesn't need watering because it's been dripped on. Let's try and stick that there, out of the way. Oh, there's another flower right at the bottom. That's just started to open. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Fig trees, I'm not potting them up because they need to be dormant over the winter. Although I have just noticed the first one I got has got a root sticking out the bottom of the pot. Okay, so that is a definite must. Yes. And that one is as well. Mum, do not rub yourself against my tripod, mister. No, don't do it. Come in here. Yes. Okay. You okay? Okay. Right, now I'm going to do the potatoes, so I will lower you for this one. Okay, so hopefully you won't get my arse in it too much, but that's the potato plant. As you can see, it's looking very sorry for itself, so I'm going to cut off everything on here now because it's damp and I do not want all of this dampness going into the potatoes. I'm assuming it's just damp because of the condensation. Oh my gosh. I definitely think a new pair of these is going to be on my Christmas list. Okay, I'm just going to clear this so I've got my hands free for the next lot. I have what looks to be a weed. Okay. Yeah? What? And this is why I'd like to cat proof my greenhouse, because my cat is now walking around all my seedlings. What? You my Milos? That's my potatoes. That's my Christmas dinner potatoes if they're big enough. So I may not have my beautiful princess anymore, who is good as gold, always did as she was told. She was very well trained, love her to bits. But I'll have Milo in the garden this year with me if I can cat proof. So anyone who has cat proof their garden without putting netting all across the top, because my garden is way too big for that, ideas very much welcomed in the comments. I'm trying to move one of those down the side so I can bring in my sweet potatoes. It's going to be the one closest to it, would make more sense. Ow, fingers. Okay. So, just pop that there and pop that there. Move the sweet potato. I can get up and down a lot easier in this gap here now. Watering can go up there. Dehumidifier up there. And here is my courgette plant. It's got a little bit of mildew on the leaves, and I've got lots of courgettes growing, as you can see. But the one I self-pollinated went really lovely, vibrant yellow. on the end, but now it's gone flop. That looks really rude. Hang on. I am missing a golden opportunity here if I don't take a photo, right? That's amazing, especially as I'm talking about pollinating. So yeah, so now it's going to be frozen tomorrow. I mean, this one's rock solid, you can't see. This one is rock solid, but I'm going to say experiment failed to a degree. I mean, no failure is a real failure because as long as you learn from it. So I put this in August, I'd like to say. So I reckon if I do a second sowing in the beginning of July of courgettes, I reckon I can still get courgettes growing next year until at least the end of October. So my experiment for next year, from learning from this experiment, is August is too late, beginning of July, like end of June, beginning of July, get some more seeds in if you want a continuation of courgette. I love courgette and I think it's super versatile. So does Milo, and that's what I'm going to do. So this right now is going to go in the compost. Take the stick out. I'm actually going to put the compost in the composter as well as the plant. The whole thing's just being dumped in. Then I'm going to use that pot, I think, for the fig tree. But I want fresh new soil for the fig tree. That is a lemon tree with massive spikes, buddy. You really will lose an eyeball if you rub yourself against that. Yeah. And Milo, do you agree? Shall I get rid of this now? Yeah, okay, let's go and get rid of this. Ooh, it also blocks out so much light on my other plants. Oh, come on then, let's get rid of this. Okay, I'm going to leave this in here. I'm not going to put it with all my other pots because that will remind me. Actually, I'm going to put it over by the figs so that reminds me to do the fig. Have I got anything else I can get rid of while I'm in here? That doesn't need to be in here. Just stick that pot. Actually, I'm going to stick the pole there. Ow! Because that might stop my cat from rubbing on the really thick thorns. And that's it. Done in here. So yes, it's not tidy. It's a little more organised, but it's not tidy. Ooh, bottom shelf looks good. The bubble wrap all around here. And I haven't really done anything over here apart from just clear a bit more of a pathway for me to get to everything. I've cut the tops off of the potatoes. I checked the soil, it's still very damp, so I'm not going to put a cover on it. I'm literally just going to keep those chippings on top. Emptied the tray from all the gross water, and that was the other clematis flower down there. And the figs. And then up here, seeds, kicked my butt to get them done. This is all the plastic sheeting I'm going to be using today. That's the seed trays that I've got already. And all my frost cover in there with the gloves I don't like. And then all of this open space here, which is now going to be used. So I'm going to put those there, in here, and the bubble wrap away, not in here. So I had a piece of wood sticking out, so I've literally just got enough battery in this to take the end off. I need to find my battery charger for this desperately. So he's only got a piece of wood there for now. So I do need to secure that in. Secured in here. It's pretty tight at the top. I don't think I could have got it much tighter. Again, just a piece of wood at the bottom. Thinking maybe I can secure it better with some metal clips. And the doorway here. So that is completely closed off. It's how I normally have it up here. So I will put another couple of clips on that bit. And then all the way down to that side there. So does it look like a professional's done it? No. Has a professional done it? No. Will it protect from the frost? Hopefully. Well, enough. I've got some brassicas in there. They are frost tolerant. So this is my new cup. Look at all those beautiful little pictures of robins. So the idea behind the cup was, I rarely get time to drink a full cup of tea because I'm so busy when I'm out here. Yet I don't want to not have one. So I got a smaller cup to force myself to stand and drink it before I crack on. But I did make this 20 minutes ago and it's nearly cold already, so it's not working for me. It's really not working for me. Okay. So I'm also massively struggling for space in here. So I am going to have to try and film what I can with what I've got. Okay, so that's not hurting anything there. So that is hopefully what I'm gonna put my potatoes in. I am gonna move the camera because that sun is shining, and although that's a positive thing, not so much when you're filming. Okay. So these potatoes went in around the same time as the allotment potatoes, and as you know, if you've seen that video, they were small. So I'm not expecting miracles. I would really just like enough to have some roast potatoes for my Christmas dinner, because my plan was for this year was to try and get as many things on my plate on Christmas Day as possible from the garden and the allotment, and I really would like to succeed in that. Even if it's just on my plate, I will put up with that as a second, you know, as a, okay, I'll deal with that. So yeah, so I'm gonna try and bring this down a little bit, give myself a little bit of space. As you know, I can't bend very well, so this is gonna be probably just as awkward for me as what it is you. Okay. So this is very wet. I'm gonna just grab this pot here just to put some of this top stuff on. Okay. Gosh, I don't like how wet it is considering it's been in the greenhouse a good couple of weeks. Very wet. I mean, the potato sign is completely done. Okay, let's just take all these chippings off the top. Okay, so that's helped me a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised. They are definitely, my first one is bigger than all the ones from the allotment. So that's that one. So that is a fair good size. Let me pop it in the palm of my hand. Maybe not so much of a roast potato there, but every potato counts. I don't throw away the tiny little ones. I like to put them in potato salad and just try and add them to anything I possibly can, to be honest. Okay. So I didn't really get to do the potato harvest at the allotment. My little boy was desperate to do it, so I let him crack on and do it, and I just did one bucket with him. So this one's mine, all mine. We all have a harvest. Ooh, that's big. Oh, it's so wet in here. It's so wet in here. I'm so disappointed how wet it's got in here. Okay. See another one. Okay. I'm not going to show you every single one. Oh, there is tons of worms in here though, I will tell you that. And it's starting to get a little bit smelly where it's so wet and it's not dried. Maybe these tubs aren't going to be okay. I thought these tubs would be good for potatoes. Maybe not, because of how wet it is. Okay, maybe I just need to keep a better eye on how wet it is next year. Maybe add something to the bottom of the pots for more drainage. Oh, that one's rotted. I don't know if these will last till Christmas because it's soaking wet and smells not great. How did they get so wet in the greenhouse? Oh, I didn't water them when they came into the greenhouse. Was there that much rain that day? That has completely ruined the potatoes. Okay, let me see if I can show you how absolutely wet it is. Let's see if I can squeeze water out. My gloves are soaking. I have no idea why this got so wet and held on to the water like it did. So I was actually going to plant my broad beans in here. I don't think I can now. I think this is literally going to go straight in the compost. Okay, I am literally not going to do that now because I don't have time to do that now. I know there's probably a risk. I mean, can you see how wet my hands are? And that's through the gloves. These are definitely going to have to be washed. Okay. As you can see, it's a really big pot. And I thought the potatoes would do well in there. I mean, you saw the foliage yourself on previous videos. The foliage was huge, so I was expecting a lot more. I know the bigger the potatoes you get, the less you get, which I'm fine with that, but for it to be so wet, considering it's been in here a couple of weeks and it hasn't dried out and it's literally rotted the potatoes that have grown. So this is my potato harvest. So as you can see, I've got some whoppers in there. There's definitely enough there, I would say. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I can probably get 15 roast potatoes out of that. So it will probably be a combination of these roast potatoes, the biggest roast potatoes that I picked yesterday, for Christmas dinner, and then I'll have to just buy some spuds for Boxing Day and the following days in New Year after that. And there's a few little ones which I will wash up and add to my next salad. I won't store them. Okay, so I'm going to actually leave those in here in this crate in the sunshine to dry out because they are very moist. Wow, absolutely wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not expecting anything else in it. Oh, there is more. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I am so excited. Look! Oh my gosh. Everybody said to me, oh, don't grow sweet potatoes, they won't grow. I got sweet potatoes. Okay. I mean, the compost is really rich still as well. So it's nice. I did a nice fine compost. Oh my goodness. My goodness. My goodness, my goodness. I am going to have sweet potatoes for Christmas. So I've just gone and got my jug for now. I'm just going to see if I can lift it and just empty it out. Just to make sure. Only because it's so solid at the bottom, I can't get my hands in. Okay. Some tiny little ones. I think these would have kept on growing, you know. But it's given me a really good idea for next year what to expect. So they will go down quite deep. I mean, the root system is amazing. But they definitely like, from what I can tell, they like soil that's nice and fine. I'm assuming that's for the drainage. They like soil that definitely not overwatered. So this is my normal compost mix that I put in. So it's probably, if anything, too fertile. But this compost is actually really good. I'm not even going to put it in the composter. I might even use this for the broad beans and then compost the really wet stuff. But yeah, there's lots and lots of roots in here. Oh, that's lovely. Got a few more tiny little ones. Yeah, so okay, let's put this away. I'm going to go and grab what I need from the storeroom now, put it all into my basket and take it down. I'm going to leave the white potatoes in here to dry off. Okay. And I'm actually, while you're here, I'm actually going to take my little Jackby Little out. Oh, bless it. It's so cute. That is going to go also into my compost pile. Okay. So the chilies are okay. They actually need to come into the greenhouse now. I say that, it's actually warmer in here than what it was in the greenhouse when it got really cold. Oh, that's not good. We've got moisture here. That's not good at all. So I need to move the pumpkins. Oh gosh, it's a mess in here. Got cardboard everywhere, ready to go to the plot. Okay, what do I need? Ugh. Do I need any onions today? I will take an onion with me, just in case I do. Pop it in my pocket. I need... Oh my god, this draw's so heavy. So I need applesauce. I only need a small applesauce because I'm just using it as part of a cake and part of some pancakes. Oh, actually, because I am doing the pancakes as well, I am going to get a big one if I've got a big one. That's jam, cinnamon, applesauce. Okay, so all of my jars are date rotated. So let me just check all the lids while I'm here to make sure nothing has popped. No, everything else is perfect. Was it just applesauce? Yeah, I've got marmalade already indoors, so I didn't need to bring a marmalade down. I don't need no pickles. I don't need any chili sauce. Nope, that's it from here. Oh, so just that one.
The all-important carrot harvest. It wasn't a surprise to find they were small. They did kind of go in a little bit later than I would have liked, but there was a lot of false starts with the foxes digging them up, And then we had a really heavy, hard first frost instead of what you normally get, which is a slightly lighter one. And what was there then did actually freeze into the soil. So a lot to learn for next year. I've written some notes, I've made some plans, and I've got more pots for the carrots to go into, because I do prefer the pots to keep them off of the ground because it helps with carrot root fly. So I will be sowing some carrots in pots, but I'm going to go for wider pots this time as opposed to the terracotta pots. Thank you so much for watching and putting up with my terrible COVID that I have, and I'll see you very, very soon.